Congressman, I tell you, Tim Holden does a wonderful job for you. You should be very, very proud of him. I want to thank Representative Neil Goodman, Representative Tim Sipe, Schuylkill County Democratic Chair Ed Clea, the County Democratic Executive Committee. All of them told me I ought to come. And the President of the Ancient Order of Hibernians, Joe Wayne, thank you. Parade Chairman John McNeilis, who's let me interrupt your parade. Folks, when Tim Holden asked me to come to Girardville to the St. Patrick's Day Parade, I said, Tim, it's 12 days late and it's a small town. He said, oh, but it used to be a coal mining town and they voted for you. I said, I'll be there. He didn't tell me that there'd be 20,000 people here, however many there are. I believe that I'm going to have to send a letter to the Irish Prime Minister, Bertie Ahern, telling him we should seriously consider changing the date of St. Patrick's Day. You know, St. Patrick Christianized Ireland without firing a shot, or in that case, in the 6th century, drawing a sword. It's the only example in human history where a nation adopted a new faith without any violence. The only example. And I think it's appropriate that we remember that on the 10th anniversary of the Good Friday Accord. One of the most meaningful experiences of my life was being able to do that. My Cassidy relatives, my mother's family, came from a little village called Rosalie, which is it's in County Fermanagh in Northern Ireland, the southwesternmost county, right on the border of the Irish Republic. They were originally Scots-Irish, but they married so many Catholics we can't tell what our roots are anymore. So I was genetically prepared to make peace for Northern Ireland. And I'm honored to be here because I'm grateful to the people of Pennsylvania for giving me a chance to serve as president twice. I couldn't have done it without you. And because, as Tim Holden said, when I was a young lawyer, just fresh out of law school, my first important clients were coal miners who had been shafted out of their black lung benefits by the rules of the government in the Reagan years. And we changed the rules for miners all over America in the work we did. And I am grateful that ever since, Tim just reminded me, I'd forgotten that one of the last things I did as president was to try to improve benefits and prospects for miners with black lung. And now I just want to say this, you still have coal mining operations here. One of the most important things that we should be thinking about going forward is the obligation we all have to figure out how to burn coal cleanly. To do it, we're going to have to spend money and invest. I think we should invest it in the places that need it the most, in places like Pennsylvania, Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio. We can prove that we can save the planet from global warming and burn a fuel that's going to be burned in China and India and everywhere else anyway. We need to lead the world. If we led the world to the moon, we ought to be able to lead the world to clean coal. And while this is not a political event, I know a certain candidate who is absolutely committed to that. So, I thank the Hibernians. I thank all of you. I thank a certain Polish citizen of this town who gave me pierogies this morning. I hope you'll forgive me for being multi-ethnic on St. Patty's Day, but after all, that's what America's all about. We're all here today across racial and ethnic and age and gender and every other lines because our country works best when we work together. But let's remember the example of St. Patrick. In all that we do as a nation, as a community, it's the only time in history a people adopted a new faith. Yes, sir. In the spirit, in this case, of the founder, in the spirit of Christ. Ireland adopted Christianity peacefully. St. Patrick is the kind of leader we all need to try to be. Thank you, and God bless you.